Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason for the first time today.
Hey, Dave, this is Ernie from Virginia calling again. I love your show. I've got some real concerns about Mr. Watson and also the coach. Clearly, he has a bunch of people looking at him in practice. And if he has zip on the ball in practice, why isn't that translating over to the game? Or on the other hand, if he doesn't have the zip on the ball in practice, why are they putting him in the game? I think that's the biggest concern of all. I don't know if it's a psychological thing with him, but if you think about it, he's been throwing the ball in the dirt to everybody even before he got his shoulder hurt, except for that one game. So I think they really totally need to evaluate that situation, and I'm not so sure it's got anything to do with a shoulder bruise or micro tears or anything like that. It's just, how is it possible for the coaches not to see he doesn't have the zip? That's all I had to say. Thanks.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Mary Kay, what did you see from Deshaun? I mean, it was less than a quarter. It was about half of a quarter. What did you see from what we saw with him on the field?
Well, I saw some of what I saw Thursday in practice last week, where he struggled early on in the practice, and some of his passes came up short. Some of his passes sort of dipped at the end where you knew they were kind of losing steam. And, I just didn't think he had it on Sunday right from the start. There were a couple. I mean, he didn't have that many attempts. He only threw 5 attempts, but, they for the most part, were not on the money. They weren't good. And, they didn't have the velocity on them. And therefore, I would hold him out for this Sunday as well. I didn't think he should have played against the Colts based on what I saw on Thursday. Now, when we talk about Friday, yes, he did come back with more confidence, more zip on the ball, more velocity. But he was only throwing in red zone when we watched him. So those are shorter passes, obviously. And I just think that, when you get out there and you try to open it up a little bit and throw a 25, 30 yard out, it's just going to be a different story. And then, of course, taking a hit, it just was a recipe for disaster.